Coming up right now, move over quiet quitting. It's all about landing the ultimate lazy girl job. Also coming up, how tattoos have created a billion-dollar industry in the U.S. The startling facts about tats when it comes to men versus women. And later, the new Grimace Crocs are out. We will take a look at the new Mickey D's inspired line of comfy footwear. We've got your life and style guide from A to Z, starting right now on Life Love Shopping. Welcome to Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. I'm your host, Andrea Jackson. If you live it, you love it, or you buy it, we talk about it right here on the show. We've quickly moved past quiet quitting, and now we're in the midst of the new lazy girl job era. It's a new term for Gen Zers who want to work from home with very few demands. Gabrielle Judge says she's the one who came up with the term.
Honestly, the term lazy was put in there for marketing. And we're doing a pretty good job. I don't know if you've Googled lazy girl jobs recently. I don't know if you've seen the news, but there's a lot of traction in it, right? Because the whole point of this is to get this message across to as many people so that we can actually go live our lives and be amazing humans.
Gabrielle goes on to say this new trend is emerging with a priority on me time. The goal of the lazy girl job is pretty simple: low stress, little effort, and lots of flexibility and freedom. Here are the top 5 lazy girl jobs for those who want to call the shots from the comfort of their own home: software engineer, e-learning assistant, translator, museum assistant, and library assistant. If you want to score that lazy girl job, you might have to get past the AI resume screening bots. Here's a trick known as white fonting. Copy the keywords for a job you're applying for, then paste them into your resume, but change the font to white. The color change makes them invisible to the human eye, but front and center to an algorithm. Not always guaranteed to work, but it might help get your name into the right online resume pile. If you're trying to hit the pinnacle of credit scores, 850, some financial experts say it is not necessary. Ted Rossman from Bankrate says once you hit 740, your credit score is considered excellent. For mortgage rates, Ted advises 780 is tops. Your FICO score is used by creditors and landlords, judges your ability to manage your credit, and the numbers can range from 300 to 850. According to one credit scoring company, anything below 629 is considered bad, while anything above 720 is considered excellent. The Golden Arches is teaming up with Crocs, and the new Grimace slide has everyone talking. Here's a preview from @Snackalator.
Crocs just announced a new McDonald's collection complete with custom gibbets. They have 4 different varieties. Let's check them out. First up is the greatest of all time, Grimace. These look amazing. They've got like kind of the nice comfortable padding. They've got the Grimace on one side. They got the Grimace face on the other. You get the McDonald's cup. Should probably come with a Grimace shake, but that might be a little too recent. I love this one. And then next up is Birdie, and a more traditional one. This has a Birdie gibbets. It's got a burger. It's got the face, and then it's got the wings on the top. This one's pretty good too. And then maybe the only one that can compete with Grimace is a Hamburglar, and this one's got a Hamburglar. It's got the mask. It's got the tie. It's got a burger that was stolen. This one is a solid looking croc. And then this last one's pretty awesome because it just features McDonald's food. It's nice and solid red like McDonald's. It's got the McDonald's logo, the burger, the Big Mac. It's got the cup, the fries, the McNuggets. Then it's got fries on the sole itself. This one's pretty awesome, especially if you're not necessarily a huge fan of any of the mascots.
Get this, Forbes magazine is reporting that nearly 75% of all Americans have at least one tattoo. Pew Research conducted the survey, and here's what they found out. Women are more likely to have permanent ink compared to men. Nearly half the people between the ages of 30 to 50 have a tattoo, with close to 70% saying their tat was a way to honor something or someone they love. The worldwide tattoo market was valued at nearly $2 billion in 2022 and could double by 2030. Meanwhile, tattoo removal is also booming and is expected to grow from a $500 million business to nearly $1 billion by 2027. We've got some advice from a flight attendant ahead of your next trip. Tommy Chimato's viral video has received nearly 5 million views as he warns flyers about the 5 things you should never do on a flight.
5 things you should never do on an airplane. Number 1, do not ever touch the flush button or lever with your bare hands. It's honestly just super unsanitary and it's pretty gross, so when you flush, use a napkin or a tissue that's in the lavatory. Number 2, don't forget to drink water. Stay hydrated. You want to have about 16 ounces for every flight that you go on. Just keep that in mind. Number 3, do not fall asleep or lean your head on the window. You're not the only one who has done that, and you don't know how many people or children have wiped their hands or other things all over the window. Number 4, don't or try not to wear shorts when you're on an airplane. It's the same thing as the window. You never know how clean it's going to be. So if you have pants, you're going to have less germs. Number 5, don't feel afraid to let a flight attendant know if you're feeling sick. We are there to help. So if you need food, water, or an air sickness bag, please feel free to let us know.
New York-based flight attendant Laisha says you should think twice about purchasing the airplane food on your next flight.
I wouldn't eat the meals too often, not saying that like they're bad or anything like that, because sometimes they hit, but I wouldn't eat them too often. I'm not going to eat every single meal off the plane as much as I want to, only because there's a lot of preservatives. It's very high in sodium, so it's not good for your health overall to eat them too much. They have to have that in the food on the plane so that way the food doesn't rot.
A few more travel tips from Laisha. She says, do bring your own pillow or blanket. Don't scuba dive 48 hours prior to takeoff. Don't buy tickets from third-party sites. Don't eat the ice on the airplane. And don't walk barefoot through the cabin. One flyer has found a way to fly VIP in economy, and as you can imagine, it has the internet divided. At Vaishak27 recorded this on a recent flight and asked if anyone else has ever seen anything like it. He was on a flight from San Diego to Italy when he recorded a passenger who took a blanket and locked it into the overhead bin like a curtain. While many thought the idea was genius, other passengers were totally annoyed. We're going to help you secure a few things around the house with a few easy DIY fixes, all thanks to our friends at FamilyHandyman.com. Okay, here we go. Who has a wobbly table or chair around the house? Next time you have a bottle of wine, save the cork. Take the cork, the synthetic ones work best, slice off a piece to secure a wobbly leg. Next up, no slip hangers. If you've got plastic hangers in your closet, wrap the edges with a couple of pipe cleaners. How about an extra extender for your vacuum? Check this out. Use leftover wrapping paper tubes or even a paper towel. Cardboard tubes will work as well. Once you're done, you can just throw it in the recycle bin. Next, securing your kitchen cutting boards. If you're looking for a quick fix, try adding a couple of large rubber bands to either end. Just make sure the rubber bands lay flat when you attach them. And here's a win for the garbage bin. If your trash bags don't fit right, place self-adhesive hooks and on either side with the hooks facing down, then attach the bag handles to the hooks to keep the bag in place. Much more ahead on Life Love Shopping, your life in style guide from A to Z. Stay with us. We're back in just a moment. YSL Beauty has launched a new film that challenges the way we perceive love and relationships by exposing the warning signs of abuse. With 1 in 3 women experiencing intimate partner violence, the film is a call to recognize these hidden dangers and push for healthier portrayals of love.
When you just can't hold the highs, like Sunday skies. In broken rhymes, run out of love, lost our way to passing clouds and rolling waves.
And now, a better way to communicate with your kids when it comes to gaming.
Hi, I'm Jason, editor-in-chief of Verizon's Parenting in a Digital World, here to share tips for raising healthy young gamers. But first, this message.
This video is brought to you by Verizon. Life is full of choices. Make it easy by bundling your mobile and home internet at Verizon. Scan the QR code at any time to discover your savings.
Our advice, first play the game yourself to see if you're comfortable with aspects of the game. If so, watch your child play to get a greater sense of how the game works so you can talk about it together. Second, create a gaming agreement with your child to set the right rules and explain what's behind them. Make sure you check out the parenting controls to set time limits, manage chat features, and in-game purchases. Finally, this is the first generation where the majority of parents grew up gaming, so why not join them and see if it's an experience you both enjoy?
You want to play?
Yeah. Gaming can improve creativity, strategy, and problem-solving skills. But parents still have to parent. For more research-based and parent-proven tips, visit verizon.com/parenting.
A Maryland doctor is leaving thousands with the icks. Dr. Kanul Sood posted a warning about shopping carts, citing a recent study that confirmed carts are dirtier than toilet seats. He opens with a case of a mom who caught hand, foot, and mouth disease after a trip to the store.
So it is possible to pass an infection from a shopping cart, but do you know exactly how dirty a shopping cart actually is? Well, a study from the University of Arizona did show over 75% of shopping carts were positive for fecal bacteria. The study even showed the shopping carts were even dirtier than toilets because the toilets were more likely to be clean than the shopping carts. The best way to lower the risk of infection for both you and your kids is to use a disinfecting wipe and make sure you wipe the shopping cart handle.
Life Love Shopping is part of KSA Entertainment. KSA Entertainment promotes positive programming, highlighting lifestyle news, health, and entertainment. Other shows in the KSA family include Daily Flash and Daily Flash Latino, featuring Flash Fitness and Flash Travel. We're back right after this. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. We want you to meet Ashley Cruz Campbell. She's the CEO and founder of the Coral and Blue Paper Company. She recently joined us on Daily Flash to talk about how she's changing the ways kids say thank you, one handwritten note at a time. So why did you start the Coral and Blue Paper Company?
Well, I started it because I couldn't find any kid-friendly stationery. I really wanted my kids to write their thank you notes. I grew up writing mine, so that was important for me. But what I noticed was that all the stationery is just maybe 4 inches across. And so when you have kindergartners through 4th and 5th graders, they tend to have larger handwriting. So their fine motor skills are just developing and they're just learning how to hit their uppercase and lowercase letters. So I went to a local store and I asked for children's stationery and they said they had never heard of it. So I went online, looked on Amazon and Etsy, and I didn't see what I was looking for. What I knew they needed, because I had been making my own for so long using construction paper and a ruler to make lines and using some of their artwork from school and then trying to find an envelope that would fit it. I was looking for a landscape design without a crease in the middle, so kids don't have to write over a crease. I wanted elementary lines because that's how they learn to write at school, and it really helps to avoid writing frustration. I wanted them to be as wide as they could be so kids can fit Dear Grandma and Grandpa all the way across, but they still mail with one stamp. And I also wanted a little space at the top for them to draw a picture, and everything goes out with one stamp. So yeah, I created a prototype with a local printer. We started mailing them out ourselves as a family, and everybody kept asking where we got these, and the business was launched.
It's proof that necessity is truly the mother of all invention here. Ashley, let me ask you this. In this digital age, it is hard to imagine anyone taking the time to write a note instead of sending a text or an email. Explain the power a handwritten note can have on the receiver.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that, I designed this out of simplicity. And what I have learned now over the past 5 years of having this business is how important it is for people to feel appreciated, how much people love getting something other than a bill in the mail, how much people, especially grandparents, when they mail their grandkids a gift or something like that, how much they love to know simply that the gift arrived, but that the kids loved it and that they have something, a keepsake to remember what their grandkids said and a picture. All of those things, in our digital world have sort of gone by the wayside. So what I learned in creating something that I was simply trying to make simple for parents and for kids in writing the thank you note was that our country, our parents, our people are really hungry for kids expressing gratitude and kids expressing character qualities, even adults, but I'm in the kid business. So people, I think in our fast-paced digital age are just really excited about the idea that kids would sit down and take the time to write a note.
Yeah, why is it so important to teach kids the importance of a handwritten note, and what kind of response have you received from parents?
It's been overwhelming. I have learned so much about the power of writing and what it does for the brain. First of all, there's the fine motor skills that are developed. When you write out something, and this goes for note takers too, like if you're in college and you're studying, handwrite those notes instead of just type them. Because when you write something by hand, it works with the brain, it increases serotonin levels, and you remember what you wrote, and you really do feel what you write more than you do when you type something. So those emotions are really set into the child. So when they're expressing gratitude, if they're expressing love, empathy, apology, anything like that, those emotions really stick with the kid, and those are character building qualities that they will take with them for the rest of their life. So handwriting over typing is definitely the way to go, especially when you're expressing emotion.
Ashley Cruz Campbell, Coral and Blue is the paper company. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want more information, you can find her on the web at coralandblue.com and on Instagram at coralandblueco. Ashley, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Stay with us. Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. We are back right after this. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. I'm your host, Andrea Jackson. Well, it's that time of year. Let's check in with our car coach, Lauren Fix, for some advice on how to winterize our car.
What do you check? Well, there's 9 fluids in a car. If you've got a plug-in vehicle, you still have fluids in your vehicle. You still have brake fluid and other things of moving parts, so that needs to be checked, especially if the vehicle's not brand new. This is a dirty cabin air filter, and this is a clean one. These need to be checked. If you haven't replaced them in 6 months, it probably looks like this disgusting one, and you don't want to breathe through it. Check your tire pressure. You want to do that once a month. Take the pressure off the tire, measure against the number inside your driver's door. I say this all the time, but I still have people saying, oh, I'm going to use the number on the sidewall. That is wrong, because that tire in your vehicle could fit a dozen different vehicles. Also, you want to check your wiper blades. If your wiper blades are falling apart, you could consider a beam blade. This is a year-round blade. Or if you said, nah, I like the old school blades, that's fine. Then you want to get a winter wiper blade. It has a jacket on it, just like you would wear a jacket. The one thing about these winter blades is you cannot use them year-round, because what happens is they fall apart, just like this one. It's unbelievable. They just rip right apart. They're not designed for the summer weather. The sun will beat them to death. Now, you also want to check your brakes, your exhaust system, and anything else that's a moving part. If you have a check engine light on your vehicle, don't wait on that, because it's going to get more expensive the longer you wait.
Lauren, thank you. For more advice from Lauren, head to carsmarts.com. Well, flying cars could soon become a reality. A California company has been given a special green light by the FAA to start taking pre-orders. Aleph Aeronautics has designed a Jetson-like transport device. You can see it right here. It can be driven up to 200 miles on roads and fits right into a garage. The winged EV can launch vertically with a flying range of about 110 miles an hour. The company highlights the car's ability to avoid traffic jams and fly in any direction with a 180-degree view. This flying EV even comes with a hydrogen option. Right now, customers can sign up to reserve one of their 2 new 2-seaters. However, prices are sky high, starting at around $300,000. Well, for more information on anything you've seen on the show today, head to our website, llsshow.com. You'll find previous episodes, information on all of our guests, where you can watch the show, and how to follow us on social media. Thanks so much for joining us on Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. Be good, everybody.